them damn phones. Babylons can't crack the code.
This is B-MoneyTrading, giving you an update. Had a busy morning, and so this is where I'm at. I added 125 to my account today. I talked about last night that each week, adding a little bit of money here and there. I was able to get the account over 1,500, which is a landmark. Small, but that's all we're looking at is hitting these small goals. So my next goal would be to get over $2,000. Hoping to make it over $2,000 by the end of next week. It's possible. We'll see. If not, then 2 weeks from today. But I believe that we can make that happen. We can make it up to over $2,000. And of course, that's gonna be, some of it's gonna be me adding money to the account when I get paid. And maybe even adding a little bit through the week, but we're still looking at making profit and growing it. Now, I'm trying to be realistic and conservative and focus on not losing money, so that way I'll be making money. And so you can see, like today, the past 2 days, I've been up over 2% one day. The next day it was over 3%. I'm not sure about the other 2 days. I have to go back and look. But with that said, today I ended up ending the day completely, after hours and everything all said and done, down 0.33%, which is a little over 1/4%. So I've been able to hold on to those gains, and that's all we're looking for is base hits. We're not looking to hit a home run. We're not swinging for the fences, because a lot of times when you swing for the fence, you end up striking out. And so we're just looking at making base hits, maybe hit a double, and even sometimes get lucky and hit a triple. Get into a good trade that we know is going to make us money, and it ends up making us more than we expected. It does happen from time to time, but basically we're just looking for base hits. And so through this strategy, I'm just trading conservatively, looking for low risk but good reward trades that good stocks that are undervalued, that we know in the future that it has a high probability of being worth more, if not a lot more than what it's worth right now. And it's that simple. You can make it as complicated as you want, drawing charts and indicators and graphs and algorithms and whatnot, but basically just using technical analysis, looking for fundamental news on it. Why is it down, or why is it hitting this support area? What's going on with it? And what's my trade idea behind it? What am I looking for it to do? What do I believe it's going to do? On the MU trade, I'll show you why I jumped into it. I jumped into it because it's had previous support at this area, this 40, 50-ish area, and so it ended up testing it and breaking it today, and then it had a good little healthy pullback, and so I expect for it to come up and test this 108-day EMA. I believe is at 41.77, and I would expect it to probably have another little pullback and then break through it and hopefully continue this trend up. And so with that said, that's why I jumped into this trade. And then with what little money I had left over, I believe that ACB still is at a good price to add on to my account, so I bought one more share. And so that's where I'm at with this. And so basically, just having these small goals and continuing to grow, and as boring as it is, like I've said in previous videos, you'll see these new traders post on Facebook, these trading groups, post your gains, and they have this outlandish gain, they're, made 100 or 200 in one day on their $500 account, and I would bet, my whole account, that next week they won't be putting post your gains, because they would have lost it, because they're putting their whole account into one stock, and then it's either going to make them or break them. Like I said, they're either swinging for the fences or they're striking out. And so with this, we're just looking for base hits and slowly growing it. You think you saw like the other day having like a little over 3%. Even on this, like today, a little over 2%. All right, it was $35. Now you think if my account was up to 20,000 or 25,000, 2% of that, I guess I could do the math real quick. I'm no math genius, so I'm not going to sit here and do it in my head. So 2% of 25,000 is $500. So basically, did you imagine that $500? And that's just making 2% on your $25,000 account. Now keep in mind that's having your whole account invested into multiple stocks, but still, and that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do is, sorry, I gotta take a drink. is to not swing for the fence with these small accounts, because the 9.99% of the time sorry, 99.9% of the time you're gonna blow it up. It's very unlikely that you can continue to trade that way over a good course of time and not end up blowing it up. And so you have to look on the long-term span of what is a realistic way to trade that you can continuously make money and continuously grow your account. Now, like I said, my goal is to have this over 2,000 or up to 2,000, at least close to it. I think I can hit 2,000. Don't get me wrong, I might end up, next payday I may add, $100 or $200. I don't think that I'll make 300 next week in profit. Who knows? The market's really starting to look like it's getting ready to make its move. So it is possible, but the whole point is regardless if it does it or not, I'm not looking at taking a $300, $400 loss. My losses have been small, and my gains have outweighed my losses. Like yesterday, I believe it was I know it was over 2%, and so today I'm down 0.33%. So I'm still up. I didn't give back. My whole day yesterday and then some. And that's what we're focusing on. We're focusing on base hits. It's that simple. And so you can hopefully here in the next month I can say post your gains, and you'll see my account's up to 6K. That would be something, wouldn't it? And the whole deal is that it's definitely realistic and plausible trading like this, because I'm not exposing myself to any major risk. My exposure is limited. One trade is going to take my whole account down. I keep, other than my TQQ position, my other stocks make up less than 10% of my account. So even if one was to somehow get halted because the SEC caught wind of some, illegal stuff possibly going on with it, and then they decide they're going to delist it, well, then that's just 10% of my account that I lost. And yeah, that, 10% or less, which, yeah, that sucks. But like that happened to IGC this week. They got delisted. People were wondering what the heck's going on. I can't get out of this trade. Why is it, and it's because they got delisted. And some people took some good losses on that, especially the people that had all their account into that one stock. Now they're, trying to pick themselves up off the floor and find the will to start trading again, And so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll probably try and do another video sometime this weekend, and maybe cover an actual topic. Best words of wisdom that I can give you for today is, someone told me once, if you want to know how to not make bad investments, the only way to learn how not to make bad investments is by making bad investments. And so I've definitely made my fair share of bad investments, and I've learned from it, and I believe I've continued to mature as a trader to where I'm having realistic goals that are plausible to hit. And so, like I keep reiterating, and only time will tell. I ask you to just keep watching, view the video for a few minutes, see where my account is, and then click off, and then the next day click, see where my account is. You don't even have to watch the whole video, just a little bit, and then click off. I'm telling you, as you see, and each day you click on, and it may fluctuate, but it's not gonna be by much. As far as, I'm not gonna, have these big drops or these huge gains, but you'll start to notice that, man, he went from 1,000 to 1,500 to 2,000 now. Now he's up to 3,000, and now he's about to hit 4, and it's only been a month or a month and a half. Like, how's this happening? And it's basically just being consistent, just consistently making base hits. Every once in a while hit a double. Sometimes stock will spike that I'm in and hit a triple, but I'm not having any major drawdowns in my account, and if anything, I'm making small gains, and that's all we're shooting for, small gains. And compounding, adding each week to the account, working a little bit of overtime, because that's what it's going to take ultimately. If you're gonna, you seriously are serious about trading, then put in the work. You can start a small account, but it's going to take more than just starting it and then investing all into one thing and hoping that you hit a home run each time. It's going to take, working some overtimes, doing some side work, and whatever, and adding to that account and building it up to where, like I was saying earlier, 25% or 2% of $25,000 account's $500. So, if you're up 2% for the day, that's $500 just for that one day. And if you really think about that, that's pretty crazy. For some people, that's their paycheck for the week. So with that said, I encourage you just to keep watching. I know these videos can be long, so totally get it if you don't feel like watching it all the way through. I'll try and keep them shorter, but just watch the account and watch it grow. That's all I'm asking, is that you watch it grow. And as boring as it may be, is it about making money, or is it about being entertained? Just like, is it about making money, or is it about being right? Basically, when you're losing a trade, how important is it for you to be right? Is it more important for you to make money? If it is, then you'll cut your loss and move on. Or if it's not, then you'll keep holding until eventually you lose it all. So with that said, have a great weekend. Happy trading. I hope everyone just continues to progress and learn as I have, and hope that you find some help in these videos. I can tell you they help me with my trading, and hopefully they help you, you know. And with that said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later.